Webkids is a series of digital books for grades 3 to 5. The Webkids series is built on a strong vocabulary, functional language, and grammar syllabus with thorough practice and recycling throughout. The series is presented as an online school magazine. In Webkids 1, the magazine is run by 4 kids: Sally, Jessie, Ned, and Yoki. This is the main menu of the Webkids 1 whiteboard. From here, you can access both the student's book and the workbook, as well as the special features that are available on the whiteboard. To navigate between the different components, all you need to do is click the tabs. For example, to access the workbook, click on the Workbook tab. And then to go back to the student's book, click on the Student's Book tab. The lessons from the student's digital book can be accessed through these yellow tabs. You can also access the student's book and workbook using the drop-down menu at the top of the screen. You can choose the specific page or lesson you would like to view. Click on the arrows to go to the next page or lesson. Drag the corner of the page to flip the page. Clicking the Home button always brings you back to the main menu of the whiteboard. The blue tabs contain special features of the whiteboard. Some of these features are part of the lessons, but they can also be accessed separately here. For example, one of the texts in each cycle is an animated story. You can access all the animated stories in the book by clicking the Webkids Videos tab, or according to the lessons they appear in the student's book. Note that at the bottom of the screen, there are a number of whiteboard tools, such as the pen, highlighter, and eraser, available for you to use. Let's take a quick look at the table of contents for the student's book. The course is made up of 35 lessons, which are broken down into 7 cycles of 5 lessons each. Each cycle of 5 lessons represents one issue of the Webkids online magazine. The opening page introduces the topic of the cycle and gets the students thinking about what the cycle is about. There are 7 reviews, one for every cycle, each of which has a feature that focuses on a 21st century critical thinking skill. There is a continuing story, Tom Sawyer, which is presented in 7 episodes. In addition, there is a literature appendix, a songs appendix, and a writing appendix. The extra writing appendix provides extra writing practice. Now let's look at a cycle in more detail. This is the opening page of Cycle 3. As you can see, this issue of the magazine is about animals. Clicking on an activity opens it up, allowing you to do the activity with the class. You can close activities from either side of the screen, which makes for easy classroom management. On the opening pages, the Webkids ask some lead-in questions. These questions are to get the students thinking about the topic of the cycle. You can either click the play buttons to hear each question separately, or you can click the play button and hear all the questions at once.
Can dogs predict the weather?
The answers to these questions are presented in the review lesson at the end of the cycle. Now let's go to Lesson 11. The first 4 lessons of each cycle all follow the same pattern. The reading text is on the left-hand page, and the vocabulary, grammar, and skills appear on the right-hand page. There are also a number of special features, such as word-list dictation, 21st century skills, and at the end of each lesson there is a game. There is a variety of text types on the left-hand pages throughout the digital book, which all present functional language and common expressions. Before we look at the text, let's look at the word list dictation feature. This feature allows you to present and pre-teach the new words to the class before they read the text. You can use it to practice the words or to do a dictation activity. Click Choose Dictation. Choose the words you want the students to practice. Click the English button to hide the written text, and then click Start Dictation. Click each play button.
Choose.
Agree with. Clean.
At the end of the list of words, click End. Now let's look at the text. Clicking the text brings up a menu of 3 options. The first option is Watch. Here, the reading text appears with karaoke, which helps the students follow the narration.
Hi, Ned.
You have the option to switch the text on so that students can listen and read, or you can switch it off so the text does not appear.
A cat or a dog?
You can also adjust the speed of the recording.
I've got an idea.
To go back to the beginning of the animation, click the refresh button.
Maybe.
Note that the word list dictation activity can also be accessed from here. Click this button to go back to the reading text menu. The next option is Listen and Read. Here, the reading text is presented as it appears on the screen, which allows for more focused reading. The last option is Match. This is a post-reading activity. You can click Show All Answers for all the answers to the activity to appear. Or you can click Show First Answer for the answers to appear one by one. The reading text is followed by comprehension questions. Let's look at exercise 2. As you can see, the text appears for the students to refer to. Click the 21C icon. This stands for 21st Century Critical Thinking Skills. In this question, students are asked to think a bit more about the text. To do this, they have to make deductions and draw their own conclusions. This kind of question also provides an opportunity for students to talk to one another and to collaborate to come up with an answer. Let's go into the Find Out feature. Find Out is a feature where students are encouraged to find out more about the world around them. Students can research the questions at home, and this feature can also be used as a basis for project work. In every cycle, there is a slideshow. This is a fun presentation of more information related to the topic of the cycle. If you want to do more focused work on the slideshow, there is the option of hiding the text. Students can listen to the text, or they can read and listen.
Cats are very popular pets, and a lot of people love them. Did you know they were also popular thousands of years ago? The year is 4000 BC.
There is
in
also
Egypt.
the option of turning the
Snakes and
sound
mice
off,
live in the towns and villages.
so the students have to read.
Homes to catch the snakes and mice.
There are different ways to navigate the slideshow. Click the play button to show the slideshow in its entirety. Or click these arrows or a specific slide number to show each slide separately.
Experts say that cat videos are good for us. Why?
There are also links to YouTube videos which are related to the topic.
Having a pet can be great, but it can also be hard work. That's why, before you get a pet, you need to be sure that you can give it everything it needs.
The reading is always followed by vocabulary work. In this vocabulary exercise, 10 new words from the reading text are practiced. This activity is an example of one of the many personalized exercises in the digital book. Personalizing the exercises makes them more meaningful and fun for the students, thus enhancing learning. The grammar point in each lesson is presented in the context of sentences. There is also an animated grammar presentation of the grammar point.
Do your homework, please.
Let's watch TV.
Once the students have watched the grammar presentation, they can then complete the grammar practice exercises. If they need more help with the grammar rules, they can refer to the grammar box. The integration of skills is an important feature in the Webkids series. It encourages students to combine the skills they learn in a natural way. The skills are also enriched with more new vocabulary. Here, the students are encouraged to use the new vocabulary items when they speak.
I want a Labrador because it is clever and I like large dogs.
This speaking activity prepares the students for the listening task. Click here to show the listening script so the students can read and listen at the same time.
Yoki is at the pet shop with his mum. Listen and choose the correct answers.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We want a dog, but we don't know what to choose.
Well, we've got big dogs and small dogs. This small dog here is a pug. It's very friendly and good with children, but the most popular dog in the UK is the Labrador.
The vote feature is a culmination of the whole lesson. Now students have enough information to make an informed decision about which dog would make the best pet for them. Take a vote with the students and use the whiteboard pen to write up the results. At the end of each lesson, a team game is provided which covers the language taught in that lesson. Let's look at a game. As mentioned earlier, another feature of Webkids is that in each cycle, one of the text in the lessons is an animated story. In this cycle, it is in Lesson 13, and the story is Tarzan.
Tarzan, King of the Jungle. A beautiful baby is crying in the jungle. Kala, the gorilla, is taking the baby in her arms.
You aren't a gorilla. You are different. Oh no! Now you're crying.
The fifth lesson in each cycle is an integrated skills lesson, covering all 4 skills: reading, speaking, listening, and writing in more detail. The reading, speaking, and listening tasks guide the students to the successful completion of the writing task. The skills lesson always starts with some vocabulary input. More vocabulary and grammar are then presented in the context of a text. Students then use a variety of skills, in this case, speaking and listening, to prepare for a final writing task. In this lesson, the task is to write an email. First, students complete a model. They are also provided with a writing tip. Students then do their writing task. A clear plan is provided for them to follow. A variety of fun exercises review vocabulary and grammar in the review lesson at the end of each cycle. Click on the dog for a quick oral review of the lessons with a link back to the questions from the opening page.
Now do you know the answers to the questions?
At the end of each review is the Figure It Out feature. This is a longer activity focusing on a 21st century critical thinking skill. In this Figure It Out, the students practice distinguishing between fact and opinion. At the bottom of the screen, there are links to a song, extra writing, and extra games all connected to the topic and content of the cycle. Let's look at the song. Students can either watch and sing, or they can read and sing.
I'm playing in the jungle, I'm feeling okay, I'm climbing in the jungle in the middle of the day, I hear a noise above me, high up in the trees, my knees start shaking, what on earth can it be? Is it a lion? No, it's not me. If it's not you, then who's in that tree? It's Tarzan, king of the jungle.
Let's click the extra writing icon. This section consolidates and extends the writing taught in the lessons of the cycle with an additional structured writing task. A fun sticker activity is part of the language practice to help the students with their writing task. Students then complete the writing task. They are also given a tip for extra help. Students are given step-by-step guidance for the writing task, including a model composition. At the end of each cycle, an extended listening task is provided, where students listen to a story. As mentioned earlier, the story in Webkids 1 is Tom Sawyer. Each episode has a pre-listening task, the listening task, and a post-listening task. Clicking on the story brings up a menu with 3 options: Listen and Do, Watch Video, and Watch Video and Read. Listen and Do is a pre-listening activity. Watch Video is the animated story. Watch Video and Read is the animated story with karaoke.
Tom Sawyer, Part 3.
Where are Tom and Huck?
Tom and Huck are good friends now. The boys always have fun together. One day, they go on an adventure. They don't tell Aunt Polly. Tom and Huck take some food and go on a boat on the river. They go to Jackson's Island. The boys like Jackson's Island.
In the post-listening task, students are encouraged to discuss their reactions to the story. A worksheet for the story can be accessed and printed for extra practice. The workbook is intended to be used as consolidation and practice of the new language taught in the student's book. It contains 2 pages of vocabulary and grammar practice for every lesson of the student's book. It is well organized, user-friendly, and can be done independently without the help of parents or teachers. In summary, this well-structured and content-rich program will enhance your students' communication skills and will provide you, the teacher, with a wonderful resource which will accompany you during the entire school year.